I've dedicated a lot of time to the planche. Around, I would say about 10 weeks, just purely from the, I guess like the advanced tuck region and developing it towards the shuttle planche, right? And that transitionary phase, it's such a large hole. It's very large plateau phase that is very difficult to break through, right? And sometimes when you see other people progress so fast, right? And it seems like the training schemes they implement, right? It just seems so basic and like the progression just seems linear and natural, right? After you compare yourself to those, it's pretty detrimental to the motivational factor of pursuing the plants, right? You see yourself taking, like realistically, you're taking so many weeks, so many like months just to achieve like a tuck plunge, right? Like it, it freaking hurts, man. Like seeing that other people are progressing so fast, and I guess it's hard to sway away from that supposed competitive mindset or like a very critical image where you compare yourself with other people, right? Now, coming from like just in general academics and stuff, like I was a pretty competitive dude. So, I guess if you hover that mindset alongside fitness, you're gonna realize like that's not you just can't do that, right? And I guess to an extent it's a reflection of life, right? Like I don't want to get too philosophical, but like you shouldn't compare yourself to others, right? And I'm gonna be honest, like that's a very big BS mindset that I've never like taken. Like I'm always comparing myself. I feel like innately within the human like psychology, you can't help but compare yourself. And people that supposedly have achieved that at such a young age, like either they are just freaking ridiculous dudes, like insane, or they're just capping, right? Now, going away from this, right? The reason why I'm raising this up is I was like low-key flaunting my progression, right? I was saying stuff like I was hyping it up, I was saying, oh, I'm feeling the strength, I'm feeling the muscle engagement, like the muscle memory. I'm starting to understand the like posture of the planche. And that was like around 2 days ago, so like 5 days ago, right? And then like this training session just smacked me down. It wasn't even like a terrible session, right? It was just a session where I didn't see improvement. And once you start to get a high of the progressive mindset, right? When you feel the progression and you visually see it, you can't help but keep that as a standard that you want to compare to for every single other training sessions. And you just got to like step yourself up from like that podium and just bring a step back and like recognize that, dude, like you can't just keep improving every single day, right? You need to realize that it's a trend. It's an eventual increase in strength and improvement. So, yeah. And one of my friends, he's a really strong calisthenics athlete, right? And he mentioned like, I was like talking to him about how these planche leans, they were like a major plateau breaker. And whenever I stopped doing them, I phased out and I wasn't like progressing at all. But whenever I implemented it, I was substantially improving, right? And he mentioned that calisthenics in general, these isometric movements, they're very unpredictable. They're unusual in the sense that, I guess, once you hit a breakthrough, your progression is going to be exponential, right? For a certain period of time, almost as if it's making up for that last training block where you were just investing so much time, right? And I'm trying to like understand or reconcile why these breakthroughs, right? Why do these breakthroughs even occur, right? When he said that, like it was a thought that was in the back of my mind that slowly began to age. And with each progressive training session where I wasn't feeling good with the punch, like that mindset, right? Like that thought of a breakthrough. Like you're going to be stationary for a while and then you're going to have a breakthrough and you're going to be explosive, right? That just kept popping up into my head. And it was a pretty powerful point he raised up. And I've tried to like hypothesize stuff like, oh, perhaps during those like large training session blocks, right? You were investing a lot of time building up your raw physical strength, right? And as you begin to strengthen yourself, you're still not aware of the neuromuscular or like the neurological understanding of the posture. I guess like the leaning, you require more leaning for like greater advancements of the planche. And so I was wondering, maybe it's like you build the raw strength and then suddenly the breakthrough is you finally understand the movement, like you understand it like mentally, and thus you are able to apply that physical strength that you built up over time. So I think maybe those planche leans were the catalyst for the neurological breakthrough, right? But then it was the physical build-up from those 8 weeks that allowed me to push through into the straddle planche. So now I'll have to perhaps wait like another few weeks to build up that physical strength and then hit that new breakthrough in order to achieve like that next movement. So yeah, that was basically it. And yeah, I'll finish it off here and I'll see you guys next time.